Yes.
And before we would go on the television, everybody, all the guests would come in the green room, and we'd give them a gin and tonic.
There's no bar here, is
Oh,
there?
not in these households.
No.
Absolutely not allowed in
Damn
these households.
Where you want him sat?
I think so. I can sit there if you're relaxed
No,
there.
you must arrange that yourself. I
Yeah.
don't live down.
No,
Not that he's too close, that's all, because he's Welsh, you see. And I'm Devonshire.
Listen, I very carefully kept a seat between the two of you in case you come to blows.
A lie on his lips and feet immediately.
See? Now today we've got Richard Pocock
Yes,
in the hot seat.
in the hot seat.
Richard, how far back does your family go in Brixham?
Well, I only know about grandfather, great-grandfather rather. I wish I knew the date, but I don't. He lived in Higher Brixham at the time, and he was the keeper of the beer. And all our family have been connected with beer throughout their lives. But I couldn't tell you his name. I couldn't tell you his date. I'm sorry, I could give it to you when I consult another member of the family.
Okay, but just tell me more about him.
Well,
And about his children and their children and you.
I wish I had a family. I haven't got a family record,
No.
so I can't tell you very much.
What did he do?
He was the keeper of the beer.
Keeper of the beer. Now, but what does that mean?
He kept a pub.
He kept the pub.
Yes, but he was probably the only pub in Brixham at the time. Because that's a long, long time ago. That's beyond my grandfather. You see, my great-grandfather, that was Richard Pocock.
Right.
No, I can't tell
And
you.
your grandfather was at sea?
Oh, yes, he was a trawler man.
Right.
Yeah.
Tell me a bit about him.
Born and bred in Brixham.
Yep.
Yeah. And he lived in the Coffin House. You know where that is?
Tell us where that is. I know where it is, but tell us more.
At the bottom of King Street.
Right. Why is it called a coffin house?
Because the father of the daughter who married and lived in that was so upset and concerned about her marrying this horrible bloke. He must have been a Torquay bloke or something like that. A foreigner, you see.
Foreigner, yes, from
Yeah,
Torquay.
a foreigner. But he had promised to build her a house when she married, so he built the coffin house.
Shaped like a coffin to show his
Have you ever
displeasure.
seen it in the front? The shape.
Yes, yes.
That's his displeasure at her marrying this foreigner. So you see, it's a true story, mind
Yes,
you.
yes.
A true legend, and put it that way.
Right.
You see how things used to work in the minds of those people. He promised her a house. So he built her a house.
Right.
Whether she was pleased with it or not, we don't know. But
Right.
that's the legend that goes with that.
And that was your grandfather living there?
After.
After.
Long time after. That's
Okay.
going back before grandfather's time.
Okay.
They lived there, Granny and Grandfather. We call them Granny and Grandfather there
Right.
in those days, with the dialect. They lived there for many years. And it was a bit of a struggle sometimes because it was 10 bob a week for 10 shillings a
Yes.
week for pensioners. So they had to be careful with the coal ration. And they had to go to bed early. See, this is rotten, but it's true.
Yes.
It's hard. Now then, do you want to go on from that?
Yes, do.
What's next then?
Well, your father.
My father.
Tell us about your father.
My father was a Brixham trawler man. To say trawler is a proper
Trawler.
trawler, Brixham trawler. And that meant a lot to me, because of all the trawlers in Brixham, he was as good as any of them, but they were equally as good as he is. Now, in those days, there'd be a lot of trawler boys, youngsters, like himself. As I said before, when I asked him about, did you have when he talked about an apprenticeship for me, and I said, oh, did you have an apprenticeship, Dad? Apprenticeship, God Almighty, he said, apprenticeship? He said, when I left school at 14, I was out there, go out and get some money. And so did his two brothers. And so had grandfather before that. You see, it was a hard, darn life. They had to get out there, but they learned a good trade. He had a good apprenticeship. They learned darn hard way, and a lot of carry-on was stowed up here because they had no charts or navigation knowledge. But it became better in later years because these trawler boys sculling around here were full of mischief when they were ashore. They all wore a white muffler. Never a collar and tie, but a white muffler. That was the cult, as is the cult today with some other stupid damn thing, like shoes they wear and all that. But anyway, they were tidy and they had a flat cap. Now, in a bad time, perhaps when the easterly breeze was, we don't say easterly wind, easterly breeze. When it was always hard, that was called starvation wind. Because if you've got a sailing ship and the wind is too strong to go to sea, too dangerous to go to sea, you don't get any fish. So therefore you don't get any money. And sometimes an easterly breeze can hang on for a couple of weeks or so.
Yes.
Only you don't earn any money. There was no dole.
Yeah.
You didn't get dole till 1948, you know. You didn't get dole till then. So they were on their beam ends, weren't they? And all credit to the women, the wives of these people who were ashore with their family, and no damn money coming in. And money wasn't too easy before, it wasn't too good, because you go to sea for perhaps 7 or 8 days, not any longer, because your grub didn't last, you see.
Yeah.
But you went there for 7 or 8 days, and you come back in, and you're trolling night and day. They don't stop at night, you know. Lots of people think they drop anchor at night and stay. No, they're trolling by the light of a paraffin lamp. But they had to go on trolling. They had to get more fish. They had to get more fish to come in to get more money to land it. Well, after all that struggle, and they were doing 70 or 80 hours perhaps. 70 or 80 hours, I'm not exaggerating here. Day and night. And come in here and the damn market's dropped. You see? And they take home perhaps 2 or 3 pounds. Now, you see, I'm going back. I was 6. If I go back to I was 10 years old, that's 70 years ago.
Okay.
It's more than that. Maybe I'm 70.
So we're in the period between the 2 world wars.
Yes, of course we are.
Okay.
After the First World War.
After the First World
Not
War.
much, because I was born 1915.
Okay.
1915. I was born 1915.
So after the First World War, in the 1920s.
I grew up from 1915 up to 1925 is 10 years, isn't it?
Yep. So your dad was when he was out trawling, the story you've been telling us, it was a sailing trawler.
Yes, of course it was. They had no engines.
No engines.
No, not for long.
And they were out for 7, 8 days, you say?
Yes. 6 or 7, depending on the weather.
Sure.
If it blew hard, they'd have to get in somewhere, wouldn't they? Have to save their lives.
Now, which part of the coast would they be trawling on?
Well, depending entirely on the time of the year, and the fish are migrating animal, aren't they?
Yes.
I use the word animal.
Yeah.
Migrating. Could be go to the westward, up the coast, to the Irish Sea, and beyond, up to the Isle of Man and all those bases. Or they could go this way, and up around the coast to in those days, they could go up to Hull and Grimsby and Lowestoft and places like that, you see. That's where they did go.
And would they land their fish in places along the coast, or would they keep it all on ice and bring it back here?
No. Some clever chap had the idea that in the western coasts, he built a railway to come to the landing stage, to the harbour, as same as a man here, clever man, built a railway station from here up to Churston to catch the train. And the fish went up the hill, onto the train and away. We knew other places which were more alive to their modern times. They built their own railways to the coast, because they had fishing vessels anyway going out, didn't they?
Yes, of course.
Anywhere up and down the coast.
Yes.
So ours would land their fish there. Because you couldn't bring it all back to here in ice.
No.
You couldn't do that.
So they would take it wherever, ashore,
Yes.
wherever they were.
Naturally.
Yes.
And there was arrangement with the owners. My father was never an owner, unfortunately. Never had enough money. But you see, there was an ice factory here.
Yes.
And they'd get their ice alongside when the tide was up, because you couldn't go alongside unless the tide was up, because there was a damn shelves of rocks there.
Yes.
But anyway, the ice was made in huge blocks like that. We'd go up, you could see it going up the lift on the outside.
Yes.
To come through the crushers, you tumble down and listen to it and hear the crushing, and then they'd slide it into their fish pound, ice pound.
And it would come out in pieces.
Oh yes, oh, it's small lumps.
Small lumps, yeah.
They couldn't take a big lump anyway. That would be crushed already, and you see it slide down. And watch this doesn't the time slide it. I stand on the pier and watch, and they would come down and they'd fill their ice pound next to the fish pound. Right. So when they caught fish, there were shells in the fish pound, Got? So in the bottom shelf you put a layer of ice, then fish, then ice, then fish. Got it?
Yes.
The fish bone is filled. And if that was not enough, if not enough room, they'd have another fish bone further for it. Right, now then, where do we go from there?
Did you ever go to sea yourself?
No. I wanted to.
Yes.
I'm a true-born British
Yes.
Brixham man.
Yes.
There was a father who was, and a whole family, who, when they came together to talk, these men, they talked about bridles, and bellies, and bosoms, and cut ends, and reefs they took in, and God knows what else. They talked all that, you see, and I listened sometimes, but didn't take it all in. But I got that from them, you see.
Yes.
But I didn't have any more of it to do it because I was a boy, and you don't do a lot with grown-ups. You're seen but not heard. That was the arrangement in those days. That was the discipline in the home.
Well, let's come on to you in that case. So, take us back to your school days. Where did you go to school? How long were you at school?
I was at school till I was 14. And I was at Carlisle School, which is the national school. I was at the fire station in Brixham
Why was it called the Carlisle School?
because Carlisle was the master. It wasn't called the Carlisle School, but we always called it Carlisle School. It was a national school.
Right.
But the First school was under a different heading, and I didn't go to that one.
Now that's the school where the High Tops restaurant is.
It's a restaurant
Top of Windmill now.
Yes. Old folks' home and restaurant now.
Oh, that's up there.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You get to that from Windmill Road, wouldn't you?
Yes,
Windmill
I
Hill.
know. I know.
Yeah. Well, that's where I went to school.
Right.
Right.
So you left at 14, then what did you do?
Well, as I said before, they had talked, mother and father had talked about me, with me sometimes, talked about an apprenticeship. And that's when I strangely and innocently asked him, what about his apprenticeship? And he just smiled, he said, apprenticeship, boy, no. I had an apprenticeship eventually, he said, but not the same as you're going to get. Out, get some money. As a boy, 14-year-old boy, out on a large, 50 tons, a big smack, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
And you had to do every damn thing, you
Yes.
see.
Yes.
Sweep the deck of all the rubbish after the trial had been emptied. And whatever you had, make tea, drink
Make the
below,
tea, yes.
help, whatever could be, help with the cooking, whatever. And the cooking was awful rough, you know. There was one fire on board, which the fire supplying steam for the boiler to work the capstan for
Right,
it.
the capstan, yes. Yes.
So there's only one hole in which the coal was put to fire the boiler, and in that hole you had to cook. All right? Am I going too far ahead?
Oh, this is fine. Tell us more about this. Now, you can obviously remember, though you weren't at sea yourself,
No.
you've obviously seen all this happening.
Well, I was told, and I used to visit when you came in to land, I most times went aboard with my father, and I toured the ship.
Right.
And I went down in the cabin once. You see, must illustrate this a bit better. Before they went to sea, they had to get some grub, didn't they?
Yes.
Right. So they got bread, which was happy for the bakers. They had to get meat, happy for the butchers. They had to get some vegetables, and they had plenty of tinned sweet milk, because you can't keep milk fresh aboard.
No.
There's no fridges in those days. So that was it. Now a little story about that. When I was aboard, they were doing their work and cleaning up, preparing for this next time to go to sea and all the business, and I was roaming the ship. And I'd go down below, and on the table, in their what you would call now their living room, and bunks in each side, just bunks, not
Yes.
curtains like the doom goods of the day,
No.
and no mattress or nothing like that, just a bare bunk. Anyway, this tin of milk was opened on the table, so I'll try this. So I got a spoon, and it was very nice, thick Nestle's milk. Remember it?
Yeah.
Or is it gone out of fashion?
No,
Still no.
thick condensed milk, yes.
And of course, when they come down the ladder, they don't come down like I would. They grab something and they slide
Swing
it
down.
down. Bang! Suddenly, bang, it was there. Hello, boy, he said. Do you like that milk? Oh, yes, Dad, but Well, tell me, do you like it or not? I said, yes, I like it. I'm caught, you see.
Yes, you're caught.
I'm a criminal.
Yes.
I'm caught in the act. He said, right. Here's a bigger spoon. Finish off that tin. And I was sick as a dog.
Yes.
Damn good discipline, wasn't it?
Yes. Yes,
I had no alternative. He said, finish it. I finished it.
Yes.
It's a bigger spoon.
Yeah.
So there you are. That's that little story.
Now you were telling us about cooking in the cabin,
Yeah.
using the one boiler there is there.
One boiler.
Now, how
Steve
can you
forgot.
cook? How can you possibly cook
Well,
when all you've got is a boiler that's boiling steam for the capstan?
Well, you got the fire.
Yes.
That's what you want for cooking.
Right.
So you reduce it somewhat for cooking, and you have a big iron frying pan, which
Okay.
will fit into that. It's a
Fit
gap.
into the box.
But it's wide, but it's only
Into
a
the fire
gap.
box.
That's where you fire this coal in, which you shove the
Yes.
coal in.
So you put the frying pan into the firebox.
Yes, with a small fire.
I've got it.
Yes, and you fry fish. Right. And also, there is a shoe, a receptacle made like a shoe, the shape of a
Yes,
shoe.
yes.
Or a boot, if you
Yeah,
like.
boot, yes, with a handle on it.
Made by the,
Coppersmith?
no, the local plumber.
Plumber. Oh, yes.
Bill Stokes comes to mind. Bill Stokes was the mayor of Brixham. Well, not the mayor, but he was the head,
Yes.
one of the head people in Brixham. And he was the well-known plumber. He did everything in the plumbing line, and he made shoes, thick steel or iron shoes,
Mhm.
which would take vegetables. So you don't fry vegetables.
No, so you put water in it, put the
Boil.
vegetables in, and boil them.
Yeah.
And you'd also have a cup of tea that way.
Make tea that way.
Yeah.
Of course you would.
Yeah.
Your shoe was essential,
Yes.
as was the frying pan. But after a few days, of course, your bread begins to get a green colour, sort of green mould. So it doesn't last all that long. And your vegetables are gone limp. But your milk's still right. Perfectly all right. It's in the tin, which I will know. Now, lots of fishermen had in their later days stomach ulcers because they had too much fried fish, which is the only damn grub they could rely on.
Yes.
When you're after 4 or 5 days, your other grub's gone. So you do fish, fried fish, and they fry it with the fat, which is the oil or fat. It was dripping in those days, and that thing.
Yeah.
And my mother used to go crazy. He's frying fish. She couldn't stop him. I'll fry the fish, which is good fish. Pick of the
course.
catch. I'll fry that. Shut the kitchen door, she said, and come here to me. Damn, he said, the damn fat will be everywhere. And he said, he's filling up the frying pan with oil, no, dripping.
Dripping, yes.
And the stuff's going everywhere. I'll have to clean up when he's gone, because he doesn't clean up, you see.
No,
He
no.
tried the fish, and it's good fish. It's the top fish.
Yeah.
Because he would take his own catch. Well, so did all the others.
Of course.
Pick up the catch.
Yes.
So that was that little story. Now, what else do you know? What do you want me to do?
Like, can you remember any more stories about the from your father and
Yeah.
his brother as well was at sea? You say
2 brothers.
2 brothers were at sea as well. How big was the crew on the boat he was sailing on?